Hello, and welcome back to the Child's Financial Channel. We are here learning how to live on a budget, save money, coupon, and get out of debt. Okay, so you guys hear me say that all the time. Here to live on a budget. Well, to live on a budget, you gotta have a budget. So that's what we're gonna do in today's video. We are going to walk through the steps on how to create a budget. Now, I'm going to use my imaginary friend Lisa, so this is nobody's real numbers. These are just made up examples of how to do a budget. So if you are ready to budget, grab your pen, grab your paper, get ready to take some notes, and let's get this done. Okay, so you guys will hear me talking about my 2021 budget binder in this video. If you guys would like a copy of the budget binder printouts, which can be added to any binder of your choosing, you can go to my website, www.childsfinancial.com, and I will link that website in the description box below. All right, let's get started. Okay. So the first thing we want to do in order to get ready to do our 2021 budget, we want to grab our 2021 budget binder. And I just want to say here that you guys can do this any way you want to. You do not have to use my template. Just grab you a notebook, a pen, and a calculator, and you are ready to go. That is all you need to do a budget. So for our imaginary friend, Lisa, the first thing in our budget binder is going to be our goal sheet. So what does Lisa want in 2021? This is the goals. You got to figure out what you want financially in 2021. So for Lisa, she wants to get at least $1,000 in the savings account as fast as possible. Then she also wants to get at least $2,000 in savings account by the end of the year. So that's going to guide her budget and guide what she wants to do with her money throughout 2021, okay? So after Lisa has listed her goals, the next thing we want to do is list out all of her debts. So we want to list everything that she owes. You want to list everything here that you owe. List if you owe a student loan, if you owe a car payment, if you owe your cousin Ray $20, you want to list that here. You want to get all your debts listed on this sheet. So for Lisa, she has a car payment that is $300 to Chase Bank. She owes $9,000 in total. And she also owes Ed Financial $100, and she has a total balance on that one of $4,000. So in total, Lisa owes $13,000, and her monthly payments to those is $400. So that is your debt sheet. Okay, after Lisa has listed all of her debts, she wants to list her living costs. Now, your living cost is going to be anything that you have to pay as long as you are living. So for Lisa, that's going to include her tithes, her water bill, her home phone, her cell phone, her internet, light bill, auto insurance, her rent, her food, gas, household, other, and she also wants to put aside some money every month for Christmas, so that way it does not sneak up on her at the end of the year. So all of her living costs total $1,325. Sorry, I couldn't see that real quick. $1,325, and that is Lisa's living costs. Okay, now that Lisa has her debts listed out and she has her living costs listed out, she's ready to kind of make her base budget. Now, if you get paid 4 times a month and you're using my little budget binder, you want to use this sheet. But in Lisa's case, she is getting paid twice a month. So we want to use this sheet that I have here. Okay, so Lisa is paid twice a month, like I said, and she's going to get $950 each one of her paychecks. She gets paid on the 1st and she gets paid on the 16th. So basically what you want to do is take all of your bills from your debt sheet, all of your bills from your living cost sheet, and you want to put them on your base budget sheet according to when they are due. Okay, so I'm going to move these two out of the way. I'm going to bring this up a little bit and I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see the numbers a little bit clearer, okay? All right, there we go. So I have listed all of Lisa's expenses here, okay? everything that was due between the 1st and the 15th is on this side, and everything that's due between the 16th and the 31st is on this side. And if you notice, we've got food, gas, household, and other on both sides of the list, because you're probably going to want to eat and put gas in your car and buy household products all throughout the month. Now, if you notice something though, on this 1st through the 15th, when we added up all of Lisa's expenses, our expenses came up to $1,187.50. That is a problem because Lisa only makes $950 on the 1st. So what I did was I took the rent amount and I took the car payment amount and split them in half. And what we did was added them to the other side over here. So what that means is we're not paying her bill late. We're going to hold money when she gets her second paycheck, that one on the 16th, to make sure we have enough to cover when she gets paid on the 1st. So we're going to hold half of the rent for $225, and we're going to hold half of the car payment for $150. Now, when we do that, our expenses are a little bit more manageable because now she has $812.50 in expenses on the 1st, and she has $912.50 worth of expenses on the 16th. Okay, now what Lisa wants to do is to decide. She has $137.50 on this side left from what she gets paid to what her expenses are, and she has $37.50 on this side when she minuses what she gets paid minus what her expenses are. So she has $137.50 left out of her first paycheck, and she has $37.50 left out of her second paycheck. And because Lisa decided at the beginning of the year her goal was to save money, she's going to put all that money into her savings account each month. Okay. Now, Lisa also wants to think about what her yearly expenses are. These are things that come up once or twice a year. That's not necessarily something we need to think about every single month unless it's a huge amount. But in Lisa's case, she only has $70 worth of club dues that she has to pay on August the 1st. So as it gets closer to August, somewhere probably around May or June, we're going to kind of think about that $70 and make sure she plugs those amounts into her budget. But at the beginning of the year, you want to make a note of everything that you have due at the beginning of each year or throughout the year. Okay? Okay. Now we want to kind of fast forward to when Lisa is going to get a paycheck. So we're going to say that Lisa has filled out her 2020 budget, very similar to what her 2021 budget looks like. So we want to take a look at what her paycheck worksheet looks like. And the paycheck worksheet is the sheet you want to do every time you get paid. So you want to fill this out every time you get paid. This is going to keep you on track. So that means that I don't sit down and do my budget once a month. I'm going to sit down and look at my budget every time someone in my house gets paid. So if you are single and you get paid twice a month, you're going to look at it twice a month. If you get single and you get paid 4 times a month, you're going to look at it 4 times a month. If you are married and you have a spouse that's working and you're working or bringing in income, then you're going to sit down and look at your paycheck worksheet every time that someone in the house gets paid. Okay. So again, as in Lisa's case, she gets paid twice a month. So we're going to pretend that it is December 2020. It's next week. She's getting ready to budget for the paycheck from the 16th through the 31st. So what she's going to do is she's going to grab her little base budget sheet, because she's got her budget kind of made out, and she wants to look at the 16th. She wants to look at those bills that she knows she needs to pay on the 16th. Okay. And I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see the numbers better. So here is Lisa's paycheck. She gets $950 and she's going to pay all of her expenses. Okay. She's going to pay her tithes. She's going to pay her cell phone, her internet, her light bill, her auto insurance, her food, her gas, her household, her other expenses. She's got that Christmas money that she's going to hold out to make sure she's got that budgeted. And then here's that amount she's going to hold for January rent, and she's going to hold for the car payment due in January. Now, Lisa also had an unexpected doctor bill to pop up, as life likes to throw us sometime, is those unexpected bills. But she's got to pay $20 from when she went to the doctor last week for her copay. So that means it's going to dip a little bit into her amount that she's going to be able to put into savings. But she still has $17.50 left. So she's going to put that into her savings account, and that has all of her money budgeted for this pay period. I also want to mention here that when you are doing your paycheck worksheet, you want to recognize this column that says actual. And what this is for is that whenever you get paid, you're going to put your exact amount here. So you might budget $950 and your paycheck might be $955.30. So you would put that in the actual column here. And then likewise, same thing with all of your bills. You want to put the exact amounts, because a lot of times what will happen is our bills are just a little bit more or a little bit less than what we anticipate. And that's going to help your bottom line. A lot of times you'll be able to put just a few more dollars in savings, or put a few more dollars towards your debt, whatever your goal is for the year. Okay, and the last sheet that I want to talk about today is the money spent sheet. And this is where we're going to track our living costs. Now, I like 5 categories when it comes to my living costs. I don't like more than 5. 5 is plenty for me. And that's groceries, fast food, household, gas in the car, and other. And I just make a little note whenever I spend money, whatever one that it belongs to, I just throw it in there and just keep up with it that way. I hang this on the side of my refrigerator for each pay cycle. That way I can keep up with it when I come back from the grocery store. I come in from shopping, as I'm putting up the groceries, I just make me a little note of how much I spent and where it went to. And also for my house, one other good thing about this is when my husband spends money, it sends me a little notification to my phone that the card has been used. So sometimes he might forget to bring me his receipt, but it'll come up on my phone, and then way I can just say, okay, gas in the car at Sicko, $20 when it pops up on my phone. So this is my sheet that I use. Like I said, you can do it however you see fit. You may find a app that you like to use in order to keep up with it, or pen and paper, or a sheet kind of like this one. It's completely up to you, but you will need to find some type of way to keep track of what you're spending, because that's going to be vital to your budget. Okay, you guys, so that concludes my video for today. Listen, I want to give you guys just a little advice before I get out of here. Don't get discouraged, okay? The first time you do a budget, it may seem a little bit weird. It may be a little bit awkward. That's okay. You're going to get it. Just keep trying. And if you're really struggling with trying to set up your budget, that is something that we offer as a service at Child's Financial, is to help you get your budget set up. If you're interested in that, just hit me up at my email. It's in the description box. It's brandy@childsfinancial.com. But again, it's below in the description box. And that's all I have for you guys today, okay? And as always, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will catch you guys in the next one.